Light and Love Collective. How's everybody? I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm going to do a Goblin Market reading. Um, Find out what's going on in the marketplace, in the community, and in your surroundings, okay? Alright, thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming down, guarding and protecting us as we channel these messages. Thank you, ancestors and ascended masters, for all the helpful healing messages that you give. The absolute truth. This is the Porter of Crowns. So there's a confession. I wish they'd go ahead and confess. God dang. Alright, we got the Fairy Queen, which is the Empress. The Seven of Platters, got some kind of opportunity or option or some kind of choice to make. And some kind of financial situation. And we got the Cunning Man, which is the Emperor. This Empress has got some kind of choice to make about this Emperor. It says the Knight of Platters. This is some kind of seeing the big picture. So y'all take what resonates, okay? If it resonates with you, hit the like button and subscribe. I'm gonna splay them out and pull cards. What is this energy about? What is this? Holy Spirit, what is this energy about? The Ten of Cups. It's something to do with the community. That's what I talked about, or your surroundings, or something like that. But somebody's about to confess something, and you got some kind of option, some kind of choice to make. Okay, so tell me what it's about. It says the Sun Room. Seeing something for what it is. This looks like some kind of gathering or party where you're the center of attention. It's like, I don't know, maybe somebody's gathering together and talking about you. Because you're the light. Okay, what else? What else does collective need to hear out of that? The Fairy Lovers. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is something to do with like somebody seeing the light about some kind of love. It's like this community or family sees something about, there's a portal open into love. Remember I told y'all what that means? Here, I'll show y'all in this book. It's in this book. It says right here. Special symbol. It says a special symbol to watch out for. You may notice a symbol that appears throughout the cards. Sometimes small, sometimes large, sometimes just one. Sometimes multiple. That of a small spiral with a downward bisecting line. This is an ancient image, particularly associated with Saidhe, the fairy people of Ireland, and signifying a gateway into another world. It became essential to my 2004 book, The Saidhe, Wisdom of the Celtic Underworld, and has since threaded through many of my other works. So look out for the symbol as you use the deck. See if it adds to your experience of working with the Goblin Market. It's a portal sigil. Okay, so some kind of portal to love is opening up. It's going to be like a big bright light, apparently. Let's see what else we got here. Lady of Crowns. The Lady of Crowns. Whoops. Crowns are swords. Lady of Crowns says, maturity, insight, perception, visionary gifts, subtlety, quickness, accuracy, grace, and wisdom. So you're displaying some kind of grace. We talked about this yesterday, collective. Okay, I'm telling you. It says here we see the Goblin Lady of Crowns holding court from mid-air, surrounded by her goblin servants. Although she can at times be stern judge and fierce critic, her wisdom shines through everything she says and does, and as such, she is shrewd and perceptive ally on the journey of life. Her her presence in a reading calls us to take stock of where we are and what we truly desire. Whatever question we think we have asked, there may be a deeper issue beneath the more superficial question. So this is this is something that she don't see coming. Is even though she's got like a psychic ability, it's like a surprise. It says the Five of Wands in reverse. You're the perfect fit, whatever it is. Whatever this is coming towards you, wish fulfillment. 10 Cups, the Sun, the Fairy Lovers, the Lady of Crowns, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse says dispute, contention, challenges, and a turnabout. So something, a breakthrough. Okay? It says this indicates disputes, litigation, or conflict. A degree of weakness can become clear. The conflict suggests by this is evident in the way that two goblins at the center of the card seem to be struggling against each other. These lovers are struggling against each other for some reason. Someone is like pulling away. It looks like this Lady of Crowns is declaring her independence from any kind of codependency. There's a wish fulfillment here. Hold on, I'm going to leave them out there. We got 10 Cups. Let me move that back a little bit more so you can see it more clearly. We got 10 Cups and the Sun. Okay, let me read the Sun card out of this book. Goblin Market poem. This book's full of poems. I'll tell you what, somebody must be a poet or like to write poetry or think in a poetic way, because it says the sunroom. It says happiness, contentment, joy, enlightenment, health, triumph, good fortune, friendship, marriage, and success. Out of the community. Like something is just going to come up out of this community or come up just in your energy. Out of nowhere. That's what it looks like. It's coming out of nowhere. Use your intuition. There's some kind of miscommunication between these lovers. Okay, so tell me what I need to know about the Five of Wands in reverse. It says the Dark One. Somebody fell into temptations. Somebody was obsessed. What was they obsessed with? Some kind of it's almost as if someone's taking revenge out on you when you're not the one that did it. I swear it's what it looks like. This looks like some kind of blood. That looks like blood all over somebody. Clarifying this Five of Wands conflict. The Dark One says, Transformation, change, rebirth, morality, disillusionment, new direction, and renewal. In traditional, this is the death card. Huh. But do fairies have any sense of death? Although long lived, they do. We believe reach an end, which seems to be more of a fading than an extinguishing of the spark of life. It says, one might also ask whether fairies are actually alive as we understand ourselves to be. There are simple, no final answers to such questions, but the concept of the Dark One captured here, with his seed and surrounded by skulls and bones, suggests that there may be an understanding among the fairies of morality, and thus of the issues surrounding death that affect us humans. Here, the Dark One raises his finger in admonition. Don't say that. Admonition, bidding us to remember our humanity. They want it's something about forgiveness. Okay. It says a goblin walks casually along the blade of the seed, suggesting the fairy response to death. The moon appears over the Dark One's shoulder as a reminder of the changing tides of life. This is a formidable card. Many readers shy away from its appearance because of his innate fear that we all process for death. However, death is this in this instant rarely means physical death, more often death of an idea or a way of living, cutting one's adrift from the stream of things and finding a new way of being. It can also suggest the relief one feels at the end of a protracted struggle, whether with illness or any trenchant problem. Death's seed is not only used to cut bodies into pieces, but also cut away weeds that strangle new growth. This card encourages positive change, leaving behind stale, worn-out ways, perhaps changing jobs, school, or relationship, always moving towards a positive outcome. It can also mean disillusionment and awakening to the recognition that our life needs to change. There are positive aspects of death that can be welcomed as old friends, reflected here by the more light-hearted characteristics of the Dark One, and who is portrayed as smiling. So there's a brand new beginning, a renewal, a rebirth, some kind of new direction coming your way. You're leaving this conflict, this competition, okay? Because that's over with. There's no competition. You are authentic, okay? And whoever's been trying to compete with you or put themselves in a position of competition, they're about to find out that there is no competition with you, okay? Somebody put you in a position that you didn't deserve. Okay, tell me about the Dark One. Well, that went to the floor. Ace of Platters. That's a Divine Pentacles. Coming to you. So in your reading, it fell to the floor in your reading. This is trying to come out. The one who went into fairy. The one who went into fairy. So you're the one, you made some kind of decision. Hold on a minute. What is this in the first? Okay. Three of coins in reverse with the long fairy. That's some kind of detective work. Somebody had to go away. This went to the floor. So I'll read that last. Three of platters in reverse. That's a three of coins in reverse. It says obscurity, wastefulness, extravagant, lazy, and childishness. That's clarifying the death and the fighting. There's an end to the fighting. It looks like you're going to walk away and go be alone. or like you might have to go somewhere. Truth, time, honesty, prudent awareness, caution, prophecy, detachment, freedom of action, and maturity is the lone fairy. He's equivalent to the hermit, and traditionally it says the lone fairy is a rare thing since fairies usually tend to congregate in groups, but occasionally one will separate him or herself from the crowd. In this case of the Fenia deer, often associated with the Isles of Man. The story goes that he fell in love with a mortal girl, refused to give her up, and as a result was cast out of the fairy realm. His shape his shape changed into that of a long-nosed hairy goblin. He chose to live alone after that and become known for his wisdom and helpfulness, often tilling a farmer's field for him and cooking a meal for a family who had a little free time. Here he carries the spirit's flame in his lantern, so that he may light the way to a better understanding of life's mysteries. He can thus lead us, if he is so desired, more deeply into the world of fairy. The lone fairy suggests not only the deep contemplation of events, but also the acknowledgement of the passage of time, and the way that this impacts on any underlying consideration. Such acknowledgement allows us to be more detached from an issue. You're not, look, there's no competition in your eyes. Period. You're not in no kind of competition, okay? They put you in competition, but there is no competition, okay? It says enabling a clearer view of the circumstances that have brought the problem into being. And the reading this card suggests the presence of a teacher, a guide, who can show ways to reach a point of stillness, enabling us to see what actions to take. For this reason, it is often also invokes a period of transition, self-awareness, and the acknowledgement of real place we have reached in our journey through life. Almost always triggers change. The hermit triggers change. From the moment the pendulum swings, reaching a point of rest, the only thing that we follow is motion. The card thus suggests movement away from stasis, stasis, a triumphant return to a path abandoned, a deepening of awareness of goals of life. To reach this, we may have to enter into a period of withdrawal, but it is important to keep a finger on the pulse of life in case we become caught in the circle of time and lose our way. So take what resonates. You're getting some kind of fresh new beginning, okay? Because you're going into the fairy. You're going through some kind of portal collective, and you're seeing the highest good. I'm telling you, it looks like you're detaching from this community. Detaching from some kind of, you've shined some kind of light, okay? I'm telling you, there's a lot of envy going on against you, okay? They put you in some kind of conflict and competition. I'll find out what that fairy lovers is. Let me do the one who went to the fair. Right there. Because it don't have no number on it. It might be in the back. The wild card, the sisters. These are the sisters, the wild card. This is a wild card that went to the floor. It says, we hear a great deal about the sister who went to the fairy. It says, most of it negative. She is the sister who ignores the warnings of her sibling and accepts the dangerous fruit of the goblin market, with the negative consequences that ensue. Here we see the sister surrounded by the goblins and their all too tempting wares. Essentially, the two sisters represent different approaches to life. This sister is seduced by the seemingly glamorous world of fairy, which might make her seem wild, thoughtless, and reckless. However, the insight should be balanced with an appreciation of the clarity of vision, boldness, and determination that it takes to choose to walk in enchanted lands, where there is the danger of getting lost in the coils of its wonders and enchantments. Okay, so it's saying that your persistence, your strength, your boldness, it takes a lot for you to step out on your own by yourself. Okay, you're courageous, you're brave, um, and you're stepping out on your own. Look, you didn't just go with the flow with this community. You spoke the truth with integrity. I'm telling you, you were telling some kind of truth with integrity. It looks like you're about to leap somewhere else and receive this ace of platters. God almighty, that's too many. It says the Knight of Crowns, the Fairy Trickster in reverse, the Ten of Crowns in reverse, that's 10 swords, and the Three of Wands in reverse. No more waiting. This Knight of Crowns is about to do something. Knight of Crowns. That's Pentacles. Seeing the big picture. This could be you, collective. Seeing the big picture about something and about to take some kind of action away from this betrayal. Away from these actions. The Knight of... It says bravery. You're being seen as very brave and courageous, okay? It says bravery, skill, heroic action, championing a cause. And then it goes to the Fairy Trickster in reverse. You're standing up against something dark. On your own. You've done something all by your damn self. It says in reverse, it says release from slavery. Optimism, concern for others, awakening to the value of self. And it says virtue. It says this card is more positive connotation, suggesting a real effort to free oneself from enslavement to the trickery's ego. Ten Crowns in reverse. Says temporary benefit, improvement, short-lived success. So your bravery and optimism is awakening the value of self. Okay, you need to maintain the value of self because you feel if that's temporary. It says this card can indicate potential signs of improvement in your situation. These are likely to be short-lived. So there's a temporary solution if you decide to go it alone. If you decide to go something alone, it's temporary. Three of Wands in reverse. Because you won't be alone very long. It says struggle, loss of energy, and feeling defeated. Says you may feel disempowered so that setting a new project or long-term dream is in motion may seem like too much of a struggle. Someone just may be tired of something, but it looks like you're brave and courageous. This card is the only one that's really taken aback. I swear, it looks like you're going to go on some kind of different career. Heading in a new direction in career. You're brave. It's something about starting over. Look, this knight here is wearing a mask. And he's the fairy trickster. He changed. That's the fairy trickster for sure. That's the same mask. The Knight of Crowns is braving up to change the situation. I'm telling you, because someone's wanting to head in a different direction. I don't believe that's you. I believe this is another person. Does this have anything to do with the fairy lovers? Three of Crowns. Yes, it's some kind of collaboration. But somebody got hurt. Look. 8 Wands. Somebody got hurt in the Three of Crowns. I feel like somebody may think somebody was told something, a lie. Okay, Three of Crowns says sorrow, departure, separation, adverse, unrequited love, loss, and tears. It says this emphasis of this card is the darker aspects of life, such as confusion, loneliness, and feeling alienated. Are the two goblins on either side of the central figure jailers or supporters? That felt like a prison. You're leading into something new. Because I asked to connect the fairy trickster to the fairy lovers, and it was a disappointment. It says the Nine of Wands from that heartbreak to the Nine of Wands, a new direction. That's a healing card of finding some kind of new direction. That relationship or that partnership or whoever it is that you might have been in love with or whatever was making you trapped. Was making you trapped. Period. Trying to anyway. It seems that you tried to leave it. It says threats, self-defiance, reassessment, estrangement, frustration, and stagnation. It says you may encounter obstacles in your way with attendant delays and even, in some cases, illness. Issues that seem dormant may suddenly flare up again. It's important that you do not overstretch your resources and keep your eyes open for veiled attacks from anyone around you. This is something that you had to let go. Find a new direction. Because that person was apparently attacking you. Whoa, that's half the fucking deck. Tell me about this Nine of Wands. Whoa, Nelly, damn. 9 platters right there. Something new being prepared. These went to the floor. Says the cunning man in reverse. I would say they went to the floor. They're landing on his bag, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. The 9 platters. Something new, a new direction. This is a new preparation for something new, okay? 9 platters. Says achievement, consequences, maturity, realization, and contentment. Realization that this wasn't your true emperor. I'm telling you, it was some kind of false competition. I'm telling you, whoever you was attached to, if you can release that attachment, it's going to draw in your true emperor, because this person was a fake, some kind of phony. It says deceit, falsehood, manipulation, chinchery, illusion, indecision, and exploitation. It says the cunning man can represent a tricky figure with the ability to lead people astray. So this was an ex-lover that lied on you to this community, put you in some type of competition. But you ain't in competition. There is no competition. This is somebody that lied on you in the past to this community. This says that there is no competition. I'm telling you, it says the downside is hope, alliance, family reunion, and ancestors. There's no competition. Okay? It says the card offers hope, alliances with friends and families, and above all, elimination, which which brings through the dark clouds and lets in the truth. The card invites you to heal old wounds that may have divided you from the rest of your family. There's an ex that was lying on you, saying all kinds of fucking perverse lies about you. Release that attachment. Because this card brings in hope. Okay, what is the outcome? Because collective needs to release that attachment. I'm telling you, you need to release the attachment to that. There was, it's like an ex was lying on you. To your family, to your friends, to your work. What's the outcome? What's the outcome of this? It says the Queen's favor. Let's read that. The Queen's favor and the Four of Platters. It says judgment, change, renewal, self-assessment, strong opinions, outcome, promotion, and decision. Known as the judgment in traditional cards, it says the Queen's favor is given that judgment of the fairy queen, which she willingly gives you ask. An absolute and unchanging. What she says may shift the balance of any previous intention or act. Now remember, the Four Platters is being either greedy or something being protected. Money being protected, okay? But anyway, let's carry on with the Queen's favor. The Queen's position here, with one hand raised high, one finger pointing and the other low, suggesting her ability to understand matters brought to her attention in both the above ground world inhabited by us humans, and the below ground world of the goblins and fairies. When the card appears, it generally stands for a call to rise from the current state of being, to prepare for change. In the fairy realm, it seems eternal and unchanging, but in reality, currents of change are ever present even there. It says, albeit less clearly observable than in our own world. Some people will see this card as referring to a judgmental figure or organization that has the power over them. Others will see it as the need to engage their own inner judgment, setting out the pros and cons of the situation in order to decide for themselves on an appropriate action. In most readings, the Queen's favor suggests a need for change. Just how radical will depend on the nature of the issue and the circumstances surrounding it. It can be anything from a simple shift in the way we view a situation to a complete change in the direction of our life. That's what's happening. Complete change in the direction of your life. When all of this happens, you're what you've always known is going to be totally different. Okay, you're going to live a better existence. Okay. The Four Platters suggest kindness, generosity, gifts, bonus, investment, success, and business. Okay, it's all about generosity, the giving of gifts to all, and the spreading of largesse. It says the goblin has hastened towards us to share his riches, waving and beckoning in his eagerness. However, the deeper meaning, as you may know, be sharing generosity in order to make others like you, and that in reality you may be hanging onto the wealth, only appearing to give it away. This card is about you receiving something, though, in this deck. The Two of Crowns. Two Swords from the King of Wands to the Lady of Wands. This is a... Yeah, it looks like you're going to get married. He's a business owner. And he wants to marry you. Goes to very wise men. This is a new person that came into the situation to give you something. The fairy wise man is equivalent to the Hierophant. Okay? He's a master of fairy magic with a deep wisdom of acknowledgement by both fairies and mortals. High wisdom, mercy, esoteric knowledge, tradition, inspiration, and good advice. You and this King of Wands, this King of Pentacles, are the same. Y'all have the same gifts. Y'all are the same. And this is opening a new portal. I'm telling you, this is opening a new stage in life, about some kind of work. Something that's already, that belongs to you. The Queen's favor. And somebody's about to propose. Somebody's about to make a proposal. It looks like something's got to be settled first. Is someone about to propose to collective? Just give me a card that tells me yes or no. It says 4 cups. That's serendipity. The fortune's wheel. It says 10 crowns. It's somebody that's not from this community. Okay. It's somebody's not from this community. It's saying yes, that you're about to get a proposal from somebody out of this world. From somebody out of this world. This is spirit-led. The fortune's rule. I was looking at some. These cards, there's so much different shit in it. There's a lot in these cards right here. The Fortune's Rule says destiny, inevitability of change, unexpected events, beginnings and endings, and progress. I'm telling you. It says the Fortune's Rule represents change, whether for the better or worse, depending on the circumstances. In most readings, the presence of this card can upset the outcome of the message that the other cards offer, perhaps echoing the tricky nature of our relationship with the fairies. Because of this, the normal rules of downside, which is reversed throughout tarot, are less effective. This isn't on the downside, though. It's on the upright, which is destiny. It says, okay, it says, what we mean by fortune, whether good or bad, varies enormously according to how we view life. For some, luck is everything. They see events going well or ill and pronounce them to be governed by luck. For others, fortune is something to be worked for, to seek with every ounce of diligence. It may represent something good coming our way, better prospects and greater income. It says, but it can just as easily be the opposite, irrespective of whether the card is upside down or downside up. It says, fortune can deal us many different hands, and whatever the outcome, we have to deal with it appropriately. Above all, this represents change and destiny. That's what it says. It represents change. It's a card of... look, something's been being protected, okay? This is a serendipity card. So you're about to get serendipity with luck. It's all to do with the way you're seeing things, okay? That is like serendipity. It said the card is saying encourages you to look for a new direction in life, for unexpected gifts that will transform your journey. But you need to tend to your physical needs. saying something about exercising, okay? You need to tend to your physical needs, eating right and taking care of yourself, okay? So take what resonates, collective. Putting them up. The cards, I wish they wouldn't make them so big. It's hard to hold them. Okay, y'all take what resonates, okay? Tell me where the money moves real quick. What's collective need to know about the money moves in this situation? Loyalty, the money tree, some kind of inheritance. This is partnership. Joining forces with business partners to win-win cooperation. Prioritize your connections. There's something to do with a friend you're going to meet on vacation. Okay, well, collective... Okay, I don't know about y'all collective, but this collective can't go on vacation right now. So what? This is exhausted. Yeah, you need to recharge and regroup. Well, I can't go on vacation right now because these people got me caught up in some bullshit. It says foresight. Be farsighted and alert. Pay attention to the things that are important to ensure wealth. I'm paying attention. Spiritual work. You're a light worker. Open your heart to a spiritual career and heal the human heart. With partnership. You need a vacation. Partnerships exhausted. Foresight, spiritual work. You're a light worker. You need to regroup, recharge. But I don't know how you're going to do that in this situation. Money matters. Invest your money wisely. Cut costs, resource plan ahead. Make an informed choice. So you're going to get some type of money to use to make an informed choice. It says lead with your mind, not your heart. You're a spiritual light worker. But you need to think rationally and analyze logic. Collective, it says... The bottom of the deck says you're on the right path. You're on your way home. The road of gold. It says you're moving towards real wealth and prosperity. You need to use your mind and think logically and quit using your... I wouldn't say quit using your heart, but listen to the guidance. Listen to the guidance, because you're exhausted from all of this. You're about to get paid. You're about to get some kind of payment for all your hard work. Because somebody's fixed to invest in you. It's a partner is about to invest in you. But you're on the right path. According to the bottom of the deck, you're on the right path. You're walking the right road. Fruits of labor. Rich gain is here. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. Take it as it resonates. Take it as it resonates. Stay golden. Keep your mind... Look. Get your mind off that negative shit. Okay? I mean, if they are doing it, they're still doing it, that's what they're doing, okay? That's kind of out of your hands. It's in God's hands, okay? You need to think. You need to be focus on self-awareness. Studying. Honing in your gifts. I'm gonna say calling your power, standing in your power, calling your power back to you. Someone's like taking it through some kind of devious more like a devious intention, has brought all this negative, like, energy. I won't say necessarily surrounding you, but okay, someone talked really negatively about you. I mean, to the point where they consistently was talking negative about you to make these people feel this way. Like, words, okay. Sometimes it's hard to say. Okay, you know, words are spells, spells, okay? And somehow or another, it's like word magic, okay? Envy, it started with, it's very jealousy and envy. You were unaware. You were just trying to heal. You was unaware of how you may have looked or what have you. You wasn't thinking like that at all. You was trying to heal, okay? And it seems that a group of females got jealous of you. And they all just like attacked. But someone said, I mean, possibly they got to this person that you thought was your emperor, because you had some type of contact with that person, and then that person turned on you like for no reason, like completely turned on you for no reason. You were like, what the fuck is going on, really going on? Because you knew, and you know, but there's something to do with money being involved and them using it to work against you. But it belongs to you. It's yours. Like, they began to attack you or something, and you started a business or started working, started saving money or something, and somehow or another they stole it. Like, through some kind of, regardless, either way, if God has it for you, then you're going to get it either way, no matter what form it comes in. You understand? Because it could have been supposed to be coming in a different form. But because all that shit went on, you're going to receive it and better because of all that went on. You understand? But if God has something for you, if this is you're an heir, and this is something that God has planned for the future for you, you're going to get it no matter what kind of package it's coming in. It's you're going to receive it. Okay? Who's going to be higher than God and say no? Collector can't have this that God has planned for you. Yeah, okay. Nobody. So, and the signs keep all pointing to a huge, like a surprise party from the universe to collective. Like they're gonna have you in some type of I want to say in some kind of public event. I'm not sure what that's. It could be a party, or you may get invited to maybe a wedding or some shit. But you're going to be public. It's going to be publicly. Somehow this is going to be publicly announced, so all these fucking haters can see you receive. Okay, but you, it's almost like you'd rather do something privately, so they don't even know that you got it. Y'all, so this keeps pointing to June and September. So that's Cancer and Virgo possibly. So y'all take that as it resonates. But to be honest with you, you just soon all this to fucking quit and get you out. Just you don't you, you don't have to be. You're not that person that has to be like recognized. Like you don't have to be presented. It's hard to say, okay? But someone's gonna say you was right, okay? Um, I don't know. Maybe you feel some type of, I want to say shyness. Why? I don't know. Like shyness of because you feel that this gift is God. The gift is from God. You're just a vessel. Like it's hard to explain. Like if you was to go up on a stage or something where they're presenting you with some kind of rewards and shit, you just kind of like, just give me what is mine, and don't make a big stink up over it, okay? That's how you feeling about it, okay? You just want all this to quit because you've been dealing with it for quite some time, like quite some time. You just want it to just stop and let you be happy and not exhausted anymore. It says an STD. I don't know what that's talking about. Voice 4. I have 2 O's out here, y'all, and a Y. Oh, there's an I. It says something about a virus. Forks. There's some kind of fork in the road. Voiced. Something about COVID. Okay, what about fucking COVID? Man, I'm so fucking sick of hearing about COVID. I swear to God. I'm sick of hearing about COVID. I'll tell you the truth, y'all. This is what the fuck. What the fuck? COVID. New York, 60. 60. So is there going to be another fucking 60? 60 mourn virus. Say something about a virus. I seen it. It says versus RIP. What are you talking about? 969, y'all. It says Ron, Don, Rod, Ford, work, for work, something for work. Monday, focus versus something's like viral. Prior work versus prior work. Versus son versus my son. So the son thinks he deserves something. If on, it says kid. Fond kid. Find kid for this is the cops find kid. What the fuck? This is saying like for porn. What in the fuck? It says Vicky. Versus what? Crowd. For extension. Foreign? Something's foreign. Foreign crowd. Crows. Crowns. Crowns. Mickey. Pick crowns for. Pick crowns for. For food? What? Pick food? Moo. There's no E. It says Ricky. Rick. Owes. Rick owns. Ricky owns. Vicky owns. Something about a vow. Vow for. Owns a Ford. VIP. This is roof. Wolf. Something is rocky. Rocks. Something is on the rocks. On rocks. Someone drinks. It says from. Hold it. I gotta use the restroom. From form on prior work. From form on prior work. Off rocks. Off work. Work off. Work off. Cons. 60. Work off 60. Mr. 60. Mr. Q. Doctor. Doctor form. I don't know. It's talking about a form. Off doctor's form. Is on form. What's on the form? What's on the form? It says spy. I on form. I on form. From spy. From no. I from no. Dry, cry. Off. Off. Off my rocks. Something about chords. Chords of. Chords of. Chords off. My chords off. Opinion. There's only one N. My chords off. Options. My options. My options. Crow, crowd. VW. Off my options. It could be saying cards. Judgment of my options. VIP. Copy my copy. My copy. Copy it on forms. Copy it on forms. Fork, words, swords, Mr. Words. Mr. Words. Some kind of door opening. Doors off. Off doors. Doors off. Fox, fox. This is black magic. Off doors. No. Know it. It says cops know it. Cops know it. Fry. Fix. Fix. And it says something about fit. Cops know it fits. It says fix now. Fix now. Try. Mr. D. Mr. Dorky. Mr. Dorky. Exactly. Okay. Most cry. Pride, drip, cry. Drink, powder, drink powder. Someone drank powder. Force it. Force it down. Force something down. Force some kind of powder down. Pricey. Something about a story. Prick story. My prick story. Stop. Own. MD. Own prick story. Pricey story. Cryptic story. Privy. Frick. Frick. Rick story. Own Rick's story. Rick story. imp, imposed, tricky, down, so tricky. Drown, Ricky, stop. Stop, motherfucker. Just saying. Fix. Drown, Vicky. Own doctor. Own doctor. Or post. Spot. Or spot. My. Find my. This is worry. Spot in mafia? Somebody might be in the mafia. What is it saying food for? To food. Pots of food. Pots of food. Tomorrow. What are you saying tomorrow? Why spin? Spin tomorrow. Spin tomorrow. Scoot in. And win? It's saying twin, okay? Mirror twins. I don't know. Cost of mind. Cost of mind. What the fuck? Perry. VW. It says fry pork. Windy for real. Or find form. Find what form? What form do you want me to find? Mind. Stop for VIP. Stop for VIP. Something's windy. It says somebody's moving. It says MK Ultra. Vindy. Win. Cindy. Double victory. Moving forward. For stop. Worst option. Worst option. Fix it. That's what it says. Fix it. Something about a kid. Mop. Clean something up. Story is kid story. Pink. Pink farm. Coffin. 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 Story coffin. Drop story. Drop story. Coffin. MK. In cuffs. Prod. Somebody named Tori. Victory. Victory. From PD. NYPD maybe. New York Police Department. Southwest. Favorite. Favor. Something about a crook. Crook. Crooks. Crooks from NYPD. It says something about rooms. Rooms. Victory. Doom. Dorms. Two dorms. Two dorms. Crop. Crop pics. It says to crop some kind of pictures. Cropped pics. Works for DM. Somebody works for DM. FYI. It's something about a story. FYI story. Take what resonates. There it all is. Now I see why. Now I see why. Something's icy for tricks. For tricks. My tricks. Do my tricks. Northwest. Do my tricks for power. For victory. Alright. If y'all, there's something to do with somebody trying to find kids for porn. Maybe they're going to get caught. Primo Wicked. Soon look, it's like it's saying crime, but soon Soon tricky, soon my tricky, my trick, my price, a trip, soon a trip, soon my trip, soon my trip, worked, works, swords, work sword, work sword, work your words, use your words wisely. It says Tino. He might die. That'd be what better for the universe if he wasn't around. Let's say that. Moody in private. Moody in something about surprise. Something's going to be terrific surprise. Privy, primo, privy. That's what I got. That's what I see. Trio. There was a trio. Something about a trip. And there's something to do with a script. Something was written down somewhere. Someone's going to find whatever this is. There was some kind of plan or something written down. Script on how to do something. Off. Script off. To nod. Work from New York. On work from New York. I don't know, there's something about priors. It says toxic. Toxic. It says toxic. It says drink toxin. Talking about drinking something, like somebody was forced to drink something. So y'all take that as it resonates too, okay? Right, but the receiving end is unaware, is what's going on. The receiving end, okay. You as collective is kind of a mysterious person, even though you don't try to be. You pretty much are. That's what makes you mysterious, is that you're very authentic and you're truthful and you're honest, and that's very rare. Okay? It's very, very rare to come across somebody like collective. Being honest and truthful and that. And for them to be curious about you and they ask the wrong person, that wrong person's envious of you. You're talking about Tyra, the witch, the voodoo witch. Her, and Janice. All these fucking people. Tyra and other Tyra. They're all like witches. These people all grew up together. Okay? And this person was not from this town. You're not from this town, this area. Okay? And for some reason, that person had like a liking to you or something and asked the wrong person about you. Oh, do you know Collective? Yeah, I know Collective. She's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Started talking shit. Okay? This person was kind of like, don't know what to think one way or the other. Didn't know what to think. Didn't know you. Didn't really know them that was telling them this. But them that was telling them this is from this town, so they had other groupies to go along and say, yeah, about collective. You know, they don't know you. They know of you. Kind of like you worked in a store or something. They don't know you. Just because somebody sees you every single day does not mean that they fucking know you. Okay? Like you live in apartments, okay? These people see you every day. Not a single fucking one of them knows you. None of them. That you see them every day. But they don't know you. They don't know nothing about you. Okay? So they just form their own opinion, okay? I'm answering to that right, what you said there, okay? It's up to them whether or not they choose to believe it or not, okay? Maybe they chose to not believe or to believe or not to have an opinion about it either way. But this person is like a clout chaser. They was seeking approval of the community and so on and so forth. So they went down the wrong road and listened to the wrong people. Okay? It has nothing to do with you. Okay? All you can do is just be your authentic self. Okay? You don't have control over how other people perceive that or choose to perceive it or envious perceive it. You don't have control over them. And you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about what they're saying or doing. It's none of your business. If it's not coming to you, if that's what they want to do, and the others want to listen, that's something on them. It has nothing to do with you. Okay? Maybe it's protection from God for have that person to believe what that person said. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Miss Kate. We're almost over anyway. It says, the past is behind you now, so drop the fears and doubts. Even though you may feel a little uncomfortable at the moment and slightly anxious over what is coming next, you are being urged to bring yourself back to the present moment. Your recent prayers have been heard, and you are currently being worked on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A chapter in your life is coming to an end. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in this next chapter. Let go of all that are out of your control and move forward. There are more beautiful things ahead than any you leave behind. You're leaving the past. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You're leaving all them fake rumors and all that envy and all that hate. You're going to leave it behind. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Thank God. Thank you, God. Get me away from that. Fuck shit. I don't belong with this energy. I don't belong with this energy. Just don't. All I wanted to do, spend time with my grandchildren. What has the spirit animal got to say? It's the bear. Power. Power up, baby. It's time to power up. It says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up and I will succeed. You're going to bring home the bag, baby. You're going to succeed. Stay golden, y'all. If y'all want to donate and all that jazz, it's Cash App $ ANGELMOON 6237. You're supernatural. I love it. No coincidences, dragon. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape-shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Y'all, if y'all hadn't noticed, it's been talking a lot about dignity and integrity and classiness and you carry regalness, okay? Because you are regal. You are royalty, okay? You carry that, okay? So, y'all keep shining, okay? Light and love, everybody.